Hey everybody, it's your girl here, Rain with Anointed to Bling. Did you miss me? Because I truly, truly, truly missed you. I am so sorry for staying away so long. It wasn't my intention, but sometimes life and ministry and travel and journeys and things that you have to complete just happen. But we don't forget about that because you know what? I'm back and I'm still, y'all, working on this wedding. Nobody will be happier to have this wedding than I will be when this is all done. You know, life happens and you have to move the date. You know how it is. But at the end of the day, it's all right because it's going to be ultra fabulous. And I am still so glad to share this journey with you. Now, you may remember some time ago, I did this Unity candle set. Well, this set that you're looking at right here, I got off Etsy. This beautiful candle came out amazing. And you probably remember the tutorial that I did when I showed you this Unity candle set. Well, then Sun convinced me to put said Unity candles as the legs to the fabulous cake box that you might also remember. Well, today we are doing an entirely new Unity candle set, and I'm excited to share it with you because you know when something creative hits me, I can't stop until I see it done. So let's go because it's coming up right now. So we always got to talk supplies, and I was actually at Burlington Coat Factory, and I'm so glad that I kind of made the switch because I really like how sparkly these are. Like, you can see how it's not even that light out here, and the sunlight is already just like bam, bam, bam. Now, I won't tell you that these are cheap. So these shorter ones ended up costing me about $14.99. And again, that's at Burlington, and you can see these are BB model, which are super cute. Now, you can find something similar at Hobby Lobby, and they go on sale every other week. So I know I saw something similar. It wasn't quite this. This one was $19.99. So all in all, I spent about $112. And then I wanted these particular plates, which were $16.99. So this was a little costly. But the goal here is to create the magic of attaching that. And then for this project, I'm also going to be using this bling wrap that I got from Hobby Lobby. Now, this is expensive. Rhinestone trim, but it does go on sale every other week for those of you who don't know that. So you can get it for $10, or you can go on eBay and get a lot more. I think the roll is about $13. So if you have time to wait, I would suggest that. Now, E6000 will work for what I'm trying to do, but I decided to go with the epoxy because when I've built some of the bigger structures, this has been the best that I have found that can really make things adhere. Again, it's not that E6000 doesn't work, but when you're building something like this that you want to really last forever, this is my go-to. And then, of course, I just have a paper plate and a little plastic knife. This way I don't ruin a lot of my good dishes. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of these stickers off of everything, and we're going to get quickly started. Be back. So now that we've got all of the stickers and banners and all of those things off, I am just taking my E6000, which I forgot to mention in the supplies list, my bad, and I'm spreading that around that center in between the ball parts of the crystal because I want to lay some beautiful rhinestone trim. So I'm giving that just a good coat, just twisting it slowly and making sure that it coats. And once that's done, you're going to take your rhinestone trim and just lay it gently into that glue. So you need a good enough coat, but not too much because it gets messy and you don't want to get glue all over it. But you're going to lay the trim, hold it steady, and then see as I'm doing, I'm just turning that candle holder and I'm pulling the rhinestone trim. There you go. Tightly around it. Not too tight, but nice enough and even enough so that as I'm pulling it, there's no gaping and there's no gapping. And then when I get to the end, I'm just cutting that and tucking that last little rhinestone piece in. I swear, I really, really, really love this set, but I wanted you to see it now that you see some of the rhinestone wrapped around there. It just gives it a nice little elegant touch, that little extra oomph that it didn't have, and it's really going to make the set cohesive. And quite honestly, I just really love it. So I wanted you to see it again before I put it all together, and I intentionally left out the top and the bottom of that. There is that stunning little plate. There is no real reason I'm showing you this. It just makes me so doggone happy. So I wanted to show it to you again before I attach it to the top of those tall candle holders. Here's where that epoxy comes in handy. If you've never used this before, it comes with instructions. Don't ask me what happened to the plate and the butter knife I had, because it just disappeared. But anyway, a simple piece of paper works for this, and a plastic knife. And what you want to do is make sure that you mix that appropriately, okay? You want to mix it until they are perfectly meshed and gelled together, because if you don't, it will not stick. And the last thing you need is crystal falling apart and breaking on you. So you want to give that a really nice mix. When that's done, you're just going to spread that across the top of the base where you're going to attach the plate. Now here's where you really need to be familiar with epoxy, or if you're not, I'll give you this tip, because you don't need a whole lot of it, but you don't want too little of it at the same time. So you kind of want to play with it, but it shouldn't be so much that when you get ready to attach it, it slides. All right, it's too thick and too much if it begins to slide around. You really want to just be able to lay it on its base or whatever you're attaching it to, and it fit. And if it does slide, it's okay. Wipe off some of the excess, and you may have to stand there and hold it. It does cure pretty quickly in about 5 minutes, and then it fully cures, overnight. So that's just a tip on that. All right, so you really, really want to be careful with that, but it is one of the best, most sturdy glues. I have done some really heavy projects in the past that you've seen, so you know what I'm talking about. And so I chose to do this upside down, and I'm just placing that candle holder in the center, and you know, you may have to move it around. That's one of the things I love about epoxy, is it's not hot glue, so it doesn't attach right away. All right, but again, you want to be careful because it slides, so don't walk away. Watch it. It only takes a couple minutes to cure, so make sure you watch it. And then of course, overnight, I'm just going to let that sit. So you want to keep these in a safe place because they're heavy, and you don't want anything falling over, anything bumping it. But that is how I chose to cure it. So you ready for the final results? Here it is. And I really like how this came out. Now this set of 3 is what it's going to be like for my Unity candle service. I do have the other tall one that's going to go on the sweetheart table. I'm actually really glad that I left the little ones alone, other than just doing the rhinestone trim. I don't think it needed too much. I'll show you the candles again so that you can see, but I really wanted the focal point to be the candles and not so much the holders. The other ones I had were really plain and kind of needed the decoration, but this kind of speaks for itself. And I love the sparkle outside in the sunlight. Even today is kind of a gloomy day, you can't really see it, but the sparkle is what's going to be astounding. And I'm so glad that I used those other ones for the legs so that I got a chance to redo this. See that sparkle? That's what I'm talking about. That's what you want. That's what I saw when I wanted to put these 2 pieces together. And I know that later on I can use them for something fantastic. So I did not want to do too much. Originally, I played with the idea of fringing them like I did the others, but I think this just really stands out really pretty much as it is, you know. So I really like it. And I know you can get these beads that are on that plate from the bead store, the popular bead stores in LA. So I could even later on do some chargers to match this and have a fantastic, stunning dining room set. So I'm glad that I have all 4 of the candle holders, but you know, again, I wanted to make sure that I did this right. There's the old ones, so you see how significantly better the new ones are. There's the candles, so you see why I couldn't put the plate on the little ones right away, because those candles need to fit down in those holes, the ones that we use for lighting, that is. So thank you, Burlington, because this really came out dope. I do have the smaller plates, or not have, I plan to get the smaller plates that match these bigger ones so that I can put them on the little ones for later and make them all match. But for the wedding, again, I just wanted to keep them the way that they are, not only because I needed them that way, but you know, just because simple is better. And I can't even believe I'm saying that, you know. But if you don't want to spend this kind of money, it's all good. You can find pieces like this at the Goodwill. Your local thrift store will always have candy dishes, candle holders, some of the more upscale ones, or the ones that carry more upscale items, will always have similar things. So you don't necessarily need to spend this kind of money. Remember, I always tell you the work of our hands are blessed. Your ideas will always work for you. So that's it for this time. Super simple, super easy. Thank you for joining me. I won't stay away so long. Until next time.